been a really big shift towards freelance work in the last few years, with about a third of the workforce choosing it over full-time employment. But no sick days, no holiday pay, and all that uncertainty just around the corner. Is the freelance world suited to you, or suited to everyone? Career expert Laurel McLean joins us now. Laurel, great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Duncan. Good morning.
Yeah, okay, nice to have you here. Hey, freelance work, who does it suit?
Well, I think it suits people who, for a start, they're quite disciplined, because they've got to know, particularly if they're working from home, that they're not going to spend all their time going out, hanging the washing, etc. I think it also suits people who aren't too risk averse, because the reality is you could have the best strategy for getting out there and getting work, but sometimes the work's just going to dry up and you may be weeks or months without something.
So people who are on staff contract and don't go with the freelance, they're probably worried about the flow of money, aren't they?
Well, we've got enough stresses in our life without worrying about having the money coming in for next week to pay the rent. I think something that works particularly well for people is some kind of hybrid. So you might have a 2-day a week, some kind of a contract which gets you just that enough money to feel comfortable, and then freelance, having a little bit more creativity, a bit more choice for the rest of your time.
And can you make more money on freelance? Because I suppose you can price yourself a bit higher, can't you?
Well, you can and you can't. It's all about supply and demand, isn't it? And the challenge for us is, particularly with so many of these new platforms coming in, Upwork, Elance, all these things, is there are people that you're now competing with around the world. So if you're going to look at price and putting yourself at a high value, you've got to understand that someone in Bangladesh who may have really good skills just like you is going to get the job potentially.
And you don't get the sick pay, you don't get the holiday pay, you don't get the days off, you don't have annual leave.
Look, I remember when I first started working on my own and something went wrong with my technology. It's like I don't have a help desk to ring.
Yes.
If something goes wrong, you don't have HR to ring. So look, I used to be one of those people who used to kind of make a bit of a sneer about wage slaves and all of that, but there is a lot of really good things about being a full-time employee.
But you still have a boss. I mean, in freelance work, people think, oh, well, I'm my own boss. You're never your own boss. There's always someone paying you, isn't there?
And imagine if you, say, are doing this new term, which I'm sure you've all heard of, the gig economy, and you've made a deadline. That might mean you're staying up 2 or 3 nights in a row to get that work done. It doesn't really sound like you've got that much freedom, does it?
Yeah, and I think there's a murky grey thing when it comes to this. If you're a contractor, you should actually have an element of control about the way you conduct your business. If you're an employee, you're at the mercy of, you are under control. Because I'm a contractor here, they try to tell me what to do, and I say, nah, do it my own way. And that's a nice position to be in.
That's right, but I'm sure they wouldn't have thought anything else before you came on.
I'm a staff member. I say, nah, I'm doing it my own way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the hybrid model is the one. I mean, if you have a staff contract and also do a bit on the side.
That's right. And that's when you can really enjoy the best of both worlds, and there are so many different ways and platforms. Some people don't put themselves up on Fiverr. I mean, that's obviously a lower level. I don't know if you've heard of Fiverr.
Never.
You can pay someone to make an abusive phone call. There's the most bizarre gigs that you can pay people for. And you could just have some fun doing some crazy stuff outside of your normal working hours.
We better go. We will mind this at some other stage. Great to see you, Laura.
Thank you, Duncan.
Really appreciate your time on the show.